Okay, so here's a quadratic equation, and notice that the quadratic equation is equal to 0. And when it is equal to 0, if we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then these are the coefficients. A, b, and c are the coefficients. Then to solve for x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we can just plug in those coefficients into this quadratic formula and solve for x. We don't have to do any factoring. We don't have to guess and check. We can just plug it into the formula and we'll have it right. So for this particular equation, our coefficients are 1, negative 9, and negative 36. So a equals 1, b equals negative 9, and c equals negative 136. So when we plug it into the quadratic formula, it's going to be n, not x, because n is our variable here, is equal to, now negative b, because b is already negative, we're just going to put positive 9 here. So plus or minus the square root. B squared, because it's a negative number, we know that b squared is going to be positive. So 9 squared minus 4 times a times c. Okay, so then we grab our calculator and we calculate, all over 2a. I forgot that part, 2a. So we can simplify some of this. So we know, for example, that 9 squared is 81. And we put in our calculator negative 4 times 1 times negative 36, and we get plus 544. And that is all over 2 times 1, which is just 2. So we just keep simplifying this as much as we can. So n equals, we have to do the correct order of operations. So we're not going to do plus and minus yet because we still have this square root. 81 plus 544 is 625 over 2. Now we can figure out the square root. So 9 plus or minus the square root of 625 is 25. So 9 plus or minus 25 over 2. Now at this point we have to split it into two different equations. This is where we get our two answers. 9 plus 25 over 2 and 9 minus 25 over 2. So the plus or minus means that we basically end up with two different equations at the end. 9 plus 25 is 34. So 34 halves, and 34 divided by 2 is 17. So n equals 17 is one of our answers. And our other answer we're going to find from the subtraction problem, 9 minus 25 is negative 16. Divided by 2 is negative 8. So n equals negative 8 is our other answer.